regardless of your situation, circumstance, I get everyone's in certain parts of their life. But one thing that I really do encourage, or one thing that I really do hope people have, is having a passion, right? Having a goal in life. And I get it. It can be difficult, especially if you're under economic strain. But the purpose, meaning it doesn't have to always be on a societal standard, right? See, it doesn't have to always be where in which you have to achieve a certain career or something that's very boxed in. It can also be a bunch of other things, you know. Maybe perhaps it's passionate about being a great example, right? Setting that example, if you will, and these kind of things. But having a purpose, especially as a man, can do you a very big of a benefit, because it's the thing that can help you also get things done day to day, right? See, when you're trying to reach a certain objective, it may seem kind of far, but the fact that you have the passion and the fact that you have an objective, that alone is what can help you day to day, right? Help you day to day, and pushes you forward, because you're feeling like you're inching closer and closer. And then yeah, man, it's what really does help a lot of men out. And it's the reason why a lot of us, let's be honest, a lot of us watch the movies that we do, like say Fight Club, say Rocky, right? See, we wouldn't a lot of people would not respect, the audience would not respect the main protagonist, the main character, if it did not come down to some sort of sacrifice of blood, sweat, tears, right? See, that's why having that purpose is crucial, because say you go through hell and back, say you go through all of these stages, all of these moments, and when you look back, say a year or two later, say a couple months later down the line, as you make some progress, you're going to be like, damn, I came, I saw, I conquered, right? See, that's the beautiful part about it. You learn under adversity, you sharpen under pressure. See, and then you become much more competent in your field. You become more competent in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to be a technician, if you're trying to be a mechanic, and then your goal is to get that certificate, your goal is to get that degree, or that your goal is to get a certain income, whatever it is, have a goal in your life, my guy. Have a goal. Yeah, because if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a objective, if you lose yourself in that way, bro, it can be very hard. It can be very difficult, for real. It can be very difficult to get things done, because you kind of lose that internal monologue. You lose that internal why. And when you lose that, you're kind of just doing work out of numbness, right? You're doing it without passion or heart. And when you lose passion and heart, yeah, bro, just not a good, it's not, it doesn't feel too pleasurable, too pleasing, if you will, right? So, yeah, man, have a why. Have a purpose in your life, right? Regardless, maybe it's like you can't get a job right now, but hey, you're trying to learn a skill online. Hey, you got a job, but you're trying to reach a higher income. Hey, you find a passion to maybe make some more income, like with the side business, right? That's the beautiful part about having a objective, having a purpose in life. You're gonna find a way. You're gonna make it happen. That's the cool thing about, once again, having that purpose in your life. Okay. And yeah, man, if you ever do feel demotivated though, if you ever do feel like you are disciplined, but you do feel like, every here and there, you do feel like, damn, I'm not feeling like doing it, I would still get things done. Maybe just take like a bit of like time for yourself. You know, maybe like go out to the beach, maybe like get you a breather, maybe hang out with some friends, and have a routine. You know, have like a little like rubric where in which things, you got some time for business, you got time for, handling your objective, and then you got some downtime, so that way you don't burn out. See, it's cool to have a purpose, yes, but build structure with it. So here's your objective, right? Boom, objective. You're right here, right? Build some structure so you can get there. But along the way, right, day by day, you're gonna be sorting out your day. Okay, wake up, work out, right? For example, and then let me go have some lunch. All right, cool. Let me learn this. Let me, while I'm eating lunch, let me go learn about this skill. Let me go work on this, right? And then you can, okay, I'm done with my important stuff. Let me go enjoy myself. Let me go for a walk. Let me go skateboard, whatever it is. But you want to have more of that balance, right? See, I'm not saying you got to be working 24/7, 365, going hard. Not that, those days are over. See, that's propaganda. That's not how humans work. I'm just being honest. Get your things done, still be productive, but still have a life, still be human. Because at the end of the day, you are human. It's biological that you shouldn't be, just overworking yourself. So still get your things done, my guy, but always have that objective, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. When you have that objective, that's gonna do you numbers. It's gonna give you higher ROIs and a higher byproduct in your existence, my guy. So yeah, man. Hope the video was of use. Hope it was insightful and something you can apply in your day-to-day life. And yeah, bro. Peace out.